Hello everyone, Weird114 here, and as you can see, today I won't be doing another Gundam model review. I will instead be doing a Beast Wars review, actually, of Transmetal Optimus Prime. I always forget to add that part, I'm sorry. I got this guy for, I think, $20 in an eBay auction, and I was really excited to see him because this was my first Transformer. I don't know how many of you knew that, but this is where my love of Transformers began. As you can see, this is the blue variant. I know there's a purple variant out where all the shiny vacuumized metal is purple. I've never seen it myself, but I've seen pictures on the internet. It looks pretty cool. Anyway, the figure itself, articulation, head won't move, it's fixed. Arms, easily rotate 360, go out 90 degrees, rotate below the shoulder, and bend at one point, about 90 degrees. Wrists have no articulation. Legs go forward and back. Not really much movement there. In and out, kind of. A lot of clicking joints because of these two huge flaps on the back. And his toes can flip forward and back, and these toes can flip forward and back. Now, fun details. I mean, he's got Cybertronian writing here in red on the chest, and he's got Optimus. In case someone forgets his name, or he forgets his name, you can just look down and be like, oh, I'm Optimus Primal. His accessories, he has 3. He has this, which is a gun for him in robot mode, and a thruster in his transmetal mode, and there's a peg on one side, you can just plug it in. It serves no purpose, and it just kind of hangs off the edge. And 2 identical clubs, which have this extended side and a not extended. And he holds them really nicely. I mean, you can get him actually doing some serious damage with them, and you can imagine him beating someone down with them. And how you put him in is you find the end that's longer with a notch, and you just tuck it into a little peg in his back armor. Oh, by the way, here's the little Maximal rub emblem. Changes colors and all that fun stuff. And you can just pop both of them back there. And with the way his articulation is, it looks like he could grab them, and you could have him just posed about to grab one and take someone out. Anyway, his transmetal mode, to do that, you take this hinge, flip it up, and then you take these back flaps on his legs, flip them down, flip up his toes, and rotate each of these flaps each direction. And there's posts and ports. You just plug them all in, and turn him sideways, and the gun is now a thruster. And you have Optimus Prime in his monkey surfboard mode. Well, technically it's a hoverboard, and this is how he flies around the Beast Wars planet, or prehistoric Earth and whatnot. This was probably my biggest attraction to him when I first got him. I mean, I could have a gorilla surfing in midair, and I just thought that was amazingly awesome beyond reason. Now, to take him to robot mode, you separate these posts, flip them down this way, and rotate it. Flip his legs up, flip the ends of the board up, and you have legs. Robot legs. And I don't know if this is true for every Optimus Primal figure, but you have to rotate the waist. I don't know why I like that so much, but I guess it's just a standby for Optimus Primal that his waist does rotate for his transformation. Take his arms, flip them all the way around. Open up this little panel here. You can see a hole, pegs, and then you can see a second hand, take it out, rotate it, and now you went from his beast mode hand, which was full of all this like mechanical detail and like robotic, to his robot hand, which has fur and looks more organic. Do that with the other side. Sorry if I do this off camera. I've got a very small lens. Then, what you do with his body is you take these 2 pieces of his side armor and take his entire backpack assembly and flip it around. And you can take this half, and there's little notches that you can just push down, flip the gorilla head in, flip the robot head out, spin it 180, close it all back up, and one moment please. Just need to find a way to raise the camera. One more should do it. And then this just flips down and slots onto his back. It doesn't really lock in place, but these hinges are super stiff, so it feels solid. And it looks really good in my opinion. As you can tell, he's a lot more organic looking, and like he's got hair details, and the muscles look more. They're not metal, I can say that. I mean, they looked like actual soft tissue. Articulation in this mode, it's about the same, except for now his knees bend in 2 places because of the transformation, and he has an ankle joint, and he can move his legs further back and forward and out more. His arms are the same, you just have to lift the shoulder pads for certain poses. And his head can now rotate 360, which is nice. He also still has a lot of references to Optimus Prime. For example, the antenna, the head crest, the eyes. The only thing different is this: he has a mouth. I mean, it's not as similar as his first incarnation of Beast Wars was, but they still did a good job representing the whole idea of Optimus Prime. Accessories, still has the gun, except you can plug it into his hand. He holds it pretty well. Just looks like a hairdryer. Like, I don't really like the gun. I just keep it tabbed on to not misplace it. But you can take his clubs. He can still hold them, mind you. But now you can take it, and if you look, see there's a little guide in the slot. You line up the slots in this with his gun, and it looks like it can shoot the clubs and do some damage. And to do that, you just kind of have to force it back out, and it springs. I mean, it's not powerful, but at least it fires something. Sorry to do so much off camera with this review. Pull that back in. And really, that's about it. I mean, he's a good size. I mean, let's compare him to a PlayStation controller, since that's what's convenient. He's about the same size as one, so I mean, he's easy to transport. He's got a lot of play value, considering he's got 3 modes, and you can have him riding the surfboard in either mode. Just all around a good toy. Oh, one of the things that I like that they did is, if you've seen the episode, I think it's the one where he first appears, these become a shoulder cannon, and you can kind of get that same effect if you don't mind showing the monkey chest, or the gorilla chest, sorry. You can flip it down, and you can put this little curve, I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a slight curve in this piece, just right up against his chest. And put his hands behind the shoulder pad so it looks like he's holding it. And you actually have a pretty big twin beam cannon. I mean, it actually looks really good, in my opinion. I really like it. And you can even like raise his arms and have him like shifting it back. I mean, there's just a lot of play value from this guy. The only problem is, I don't know if this is all of them, but mine, his right leg doesn't like, it either goes forward slightly or back slightly. Like, if I put it in the middle, it doesn't match up with the other leg at all, and doesn't lock into place in anything other than those 2 positions. I don't know why, but you can't have it all, I guess. I don't know. Also, note to point out, there's a lot of really nice detail in his arms and legs and just all over. Gotta say, this is one of the greatest figures of the Beast Wars Transmetal lines. Well, at least one of my personal favorites. I mean, he's got a lot of articulation, a lot of play value, a lot you can do with them. This has been Weird 114.